Some nights, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, my heart heavy. Not from hunger or hardship, but from an invisible fear. The fear of not having money tomorrow. It clings to me, tightening every breath. Every small decision is controlled by it. A shirt I want to buy? Stop. Coffee with friends? I think twice. It's as if an invisible fence surrounds my life. I don't dare to step over it. Each day is a battle, not with the outside world, but with my inner worry. I turn myself into a lone warrior. I'm always on guard, prepared for any setback. Money, which should be a tool for freedom, becomes invisible chains, binding my mind and emotions. The vicious cycle begins with the question, what if? What if I lose my job tomorrow? What if illness strikes? What if my children need a large sum? Thousands of worst-case scenarios play out vividly in my mind. Even with a little more in my account, the worry doesn't lessen. In fact, it grows, because losing it would hurt more. I constantly calculate, weigh options, and save strictly, to the point where I sometimes deprive myself of small joys, valuable experiences, just to hold on to every last penny. Guilt is constant if I accidentally spend on something non-essential for myself. A nice meal, a good book, a weekend trip,
Too expensive.
all become luxuries, requiring weeks, even months of consideration. I thought that the more I saved and accumulated, the safer I would be. But the truth is, I became more vulnerable. I'm vulnerable to negative thoughts and endless comparisons. I looked at people around me, spending freely, pursuing passions, and a feeling of envy and helplessness welled up. Why can they do that, and I can't? I asked myself. I believed they were happier, freer, all because they had more money than me. That false belief pushed me into an endless race, a tiring hunt for money, where I always felt like a loser. My job didn't always bring joy. Often it was a burden, an endurance. Oh no, but I didn't dare to leave. Stability was the key word I clung to. I feared change, feared risk, feared that one wrong step could send me into a financial abyss. Young dreams, desires to do what I loved, to explore the world, all were tucked away deep in a hidden corner of my soul.
No, not yet.
I told myself, wait until I have enough money, until I'm more stable, then I'll do it. But that enough, that stability, might never come. It's like the horizon. The more I chase it, the further it moves away. The fear of money didn't just affect me, it crept into my relationships. I found it hard to open up, hard to share what I had. When friends invited me out, I often made excuses to decline. Not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't want to spend. Shared meals, small gifts, even gestures of affection made me calculate gain and loss. I feared being exploited, feared losing out. Worse, I even felt uncomfortable when others spent generously. A subtle judgment formed, even though I knew it was wrong.
It's worth it.
My stinginess wasn't from nature, but from a deep obsession. I turned myself into someone unapproachable, always with an invisible distance from the world. Countless sleepless nights. My body tired, my spirit exhausted. Sometimes I asked myself, what am I protecting? I was building a sturdy wall around myself, but forgot that inside, I was slowly withering. I was living in a cage of my own making, with the door always open, yet too afraid to step out. I sought freedom, but bound myself with invisible ropes of anxiety and scarcity. How ironic. The more I tried to control everything, the more I lost control over my own life. I became a slave to the numbers in my account, to negative predictions about the future. One day, I sat quietly, watching the rain outside the window. For some reason, I felt a profound emptiness. In that moment, I suddenly realized, I am living, I am breathing, I am here, right now. Yet I spent all my energy worrying about something that might happen in the future, something I couldn't even fully control. The fear of money had turned me into someone who only lived defensively, not to enjoy, not to create. I had missed so many beautiful moments, so many chances to love and be loved. All because the shadow of scarcity kept lingering in my mind. In that moment, I asked myself, if I continue like this, will I truly be happy? And will I achieve the safety I long for? The answer echoed in my mind. No. The safety I sought was just an illusion. True safety isn't in my account balance, but in my ability to face any event. In the resilience of my soul, in self-trust.
Enjoy your read.
Money
Yes,
is just a
finally.
tool.
This was worth
It can help me
every
achieve
penny.
goals, but it's not the ultimate goal. It's not my definition, not the measure of my worth.
Yeah, we should do this more
From that
often.
moment,
Definitely.
I began to change. Not how I earned money, but how I viewed it. I learned to let go of that inherent fear. I no longer hoarded, no longer obsessively penny-pinched. Instead, I learned conscious spending. Spending on what truly brought value to my life, on experiences, on relationships. I learned to give without expecting anything in return. To trust that the universe would always provide enough for what I needed. I started spending time on forgotten passions. I allowed myself new experiences, even if they cost a little. I realized that money was made to serve life, not life to serve money. When I stopped clinging to it desperately, it became more flexible, flowed more easily. Fear gradually gave way to peace, to gratitude. I no longer lived defensively. I lived more openly, more confidently, and most importantly, more fully. I understood that true wealth isn't just in assets, but in the richness of my soul, in the ability to enjoy every present moment. And that is the most precious asset no fear can steal.